Right, should we do a little like 2-touch or something, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
You've got to keep it up, yeah?
Oh, right, okay.
You can only take 2 touches.
Okay, yeah.
So first touch is under control and the second one's like you lay it off, yeah?
All right.
Nice. Go on then. Go on.
Wait!
Okay, now. I've got an impression of your ankle. It landed on my radio.
Good boy.
Super. Have you ever set fire to a cashew?
No.
Yeah, they burn for ages.
Hey.
Yeah. Squire? Hey! How are you, mate?
You look a million, by the way.
Oh, cheers, mate. Nice to see you, mate.
Look at his trainers, look. He's got his trainers matched with his top.
I knew well. I didn't know you'd say that. I just hoped you would.
It's world class.
Because the man behind the camera is not a big fan of my trainers. Keeps taking the mickey all the time.
No,
Do you think
they're
they're all right?
Yeah, they're nice. They're comfy, aren't they?
They're from Finland as well, yeah.
It's about comfort, isn't it?
What about style?
Yeah, it's about comfort, isn't it?
All right, that's a bit awkward, isn't it?
You coming in?
Yeah, of course.
Come on, lads.
Flipping it, that was... Yeah. Oh, well,
What's the bike? What's the bike?
I know. Oh, look at that.
Lovely, ain't it?
Beauty. Pride of place in the hallway.
Yeah, I know. You've got it on your face.
I had quite a deep dive last night watching your videos, mate.
Did you? Yeah.
Just just looking at stuff and getting a sense of, things. But I'm very excited to get your pad, mate. It's lovely.
It's lovely, this, isn't it? Do you know what? This is we're only renting this house at the minute. We're building a house. We've been building it for blooming ages, mate. Honestly, absolutely ages.
Right. I tell you what. I'm going to go and get my kit on because you're taking me on a bit of a spin. How far are we going roughly? Just want to know my fueling strategy.
Not crazy.
Not
We'll just have
okay.
but even then, we're not going to smash it or anything, are we? We'll just have a nice time.
I don't know. I've heard that there's a part on the route
Yeah.
that you sometimes do like to give it a little bit of a tweak.
We can give it a little tweak.
Little bit of a tweak,
But like I say,
right.
I haven't had much sleep last night, so
Okay.
I'm not I might look fresh, but I don't think my
And I
legs
was
are going to be so
on
fresh.
YouTube deep into the early hours, so we've got an excuse, haven't
They're
we?
all like excuses in. We'll do, I don't know, it'll be 30, 40k today,
That'll be
yeah?
right. And then a little cheeky coffee at the end.
Bit of coffee, boom.
And then maybe a bit of a kickabout.
One, a little bit, yeah, we'll see.
I bought you a little picture of me from
Doing
my
what?
school team from 1982.
What's your footballing skills like?
Limited. I played left back and left midfield.
You're a lefty then, yeah?
No, that's the thing. That's absolutely hopeless. It's awful, but it's different times. I'll call myself a utility player.
Yeah, it's just like fitting anyway, like
Yeah.
multifunctional.
But anyway, I'll go and get some kit on.
Come on then, let's
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
That's my bedroom, Sorry. We're in here, mate.
Oh, here's the gym. That is nice, mate.
Have you ever been on one of these bikes before? The tax bikes?
No, I haven't ridden a tax bike.
That fan, the fans, honestly, they're worth their weight
It
in
looks
gold.
like, I'm not being funny, it looks like it might take off.
It's a
Just
ship,
hover
isn't it?
around your gym. I like your gym though, mate.
Yeah, it's all right, isn't
It's,
it?
these are all these new. What do you call the elastic things? Is it resistance training? Is it what's it called?
I don't know. My wife does that. That's
Oh,
the
right,
TRX, isn't it? That's.
Right.
But they are. It is kind of like resistance training and stuff like that.
bands,
Yeah.
aren't they? Yeah.
I just do like most people, bench press and biceps and bloody. They're like hanging.
most people,
ab work and stuff. That is.
Apart from me.
Why don't you try then? Do you want to try some ab work on there?
Go on, go on. This one. So, go on, what do I do? Go on,
Right, let me
let's have a
move this
little-
out of the way, right? So you need to basically get up there and put your arms in it. There you go.
Right.
Now sort of like, now dangle but hold yourself. That's it. Now put your legs out up flat. There you go, boom, down. Ooh. Don't rock, try not to rock, don't rock. That's it. Now knees up straight. Yeah, boom, down, legs up. There you go, boom. Just keep doing that, just keep wrapping it out. But don't swing, but don't swing.
All right, don't swing.
Don't swing.
Hold on. Oh, Christ. Oh, yeah. I can feel a lot of
It's
stuff
good,
going
isn't
on
it?
there. I've got to write down already.
I've got pig's ear just in case.
What the actual... What? Is that for the dogs in case we get attacked?
Just in case, no, the guard dogs, right, if we ride out on our bikes, they'll probably chase us, and honestly, it's double scary, right?
Okay.
It's double scary. They know me, so they're fine with me, and I'm sure they'll be fine with
Take an
me.
antihistamine. I'm allergic to dogs, but I'll take an antihistamine, I'll be fine.
So I bought a pig's ear just in case, all right? It'll be cool.
Have you ever been tempted to have a nibble on one of those? What are the names of the dogs in case I need to placate them? Another word.
Barney's the big one. Barney's
Barney.
the one you need to worry about.
Barney, yeah.
What's the little one called? I don't know.
Ken?
She's new. She's
So it's
still like a puppy.
Oh, she's a lady dog.
Yeah.
Okay, so Barbara. Okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Barney. Yeah, it works. Barney and Barbara. Right then. Let's roll.
Let's go.
Pig's ear. In
Pig's ear.
I'm just waiting for these dogs now.
Come on, Barney, don't disappoint. I'm doing about Stephen. I'm doing about Stephen.
So the loop we're doing now, is this a loop that you like to do, or is it like a what's the background to this little circuit?
Yeah, no, this is kind of if we're like I say, if we're a little bit sort of fragile, we might have had a bit of a Saturday night, or even if you're just first time back on the bike in a little while, we'll just do this nice little circuit. It's not too lumpy around here. We've got a little lump coming in a minute, but other than that, there's nothing major. And then the coffee stop in Wellsbourne, beautiful, mate.
Nice one. What's the name of the calf?
What is the name of the cafe? Do you remember?
I don't know. We'll just dub it in.
I can't remember. It's a lovely little cafe, though.
It's called the
Garden Shed.
Calf.
Yeah, it's called the
You can dub that in.
I love it. My favourite cafe. We go all the time.
Oh. Hold on a minute. Stevens takes Harbury.
Dickhead. You don't know. You don't know how much that pisses me off.
Sorry, mate.
I wasn't even looking.
Sorry, mate.
That's a dick move. It's a dick move, Stevens.
I just saw the opportunity.
Oh, my mate Tom, you know, Ryan Alex Tom, who I do the podcast with, he does that all the time, right? And I'm not paying attention, he'll do it, but it really annoys me as well.
Even if you're not sprinting for signs and somebody just does this.
Yeah.
And just rolls you. It's a thing. Oh. That's one of my favourite things, again, riding back in the day.
Yeah.
Now, you know, although I don't go out with people quite as much because of time, but when I do, I love it. But sprinting for town signs, although I'm absolutely useless.
Brilliant, isn't it?
It's just so much fun, isn't it? And also anticipating and maybe going early.
If you're with if you're with people that are just as competitive as you, it's carnage, isn't it?
Yeah, we used to start 5 miles out from some signs.
Right in a minute, yeah. Competitive, though. It's that competitive spirit. It's nice, isn't
But
it?
it is. Even you don't need to race to have that competitive spirit. You can just. It can find its way out in other ways, can't it?
I know.
Half wheeling being one of the worst.
Yeah, half wheeling, yeah. I know.
Who's the worst person that you've ever ridden? And it's like, mate, what are you doing? After half wheeling, who's the biggest culprit in your experience?
I think it might be me.
It might,
Honestly.
it might be you.
I do. I do. Okay, this is like...
So this windmill here, yeah.
Well, it's a windmill, but it actually hasn't got the windmills on it.
So, hold on a minute. So this is Windmill Hill.
What are they called? What are the things called?
The top of a windmill is called a windmill, isn't it?
No, the things that spin round. Is vanes a thing? Weather vanes? Vanes? This is Windmill Hill, yeah. It's a lovely little road. It's dead quiet, it's beautiful kind of thing. I've actually got the King of the Mountain down this hill as well.
You got the KOM downhill?
Down the hill, yeah. Downhills count, you know. Downhill was that thing.
Did you plan that then?
100%, yeah. Starts up there, so I've got, like, came around there rapid, like, absolutely rapid, and then aero, woof, all the way down, boom, King of the Mountain. Thank you very much.
So when did you stop pedalling? So you accelerated out that corner full pelt, then got into your aero tuck just on the...
just big gear, big ring, boom. Just keep grinding it all the way down, tight as you can, boom.
And when did you stop at the bottom and immediately look at Strava, or did you wait till later?
Nah, I like the suspense of it all, so I like to get home, and then when you do finally upload it, you see that little crown, and you think, oh, it was all worth it.
Anyway, I've not looked it up on my phone at what top part of windmill is. Let's do that at the cafe, or get our research department to have a look at it, and maybe.
We'll think about it on the way, and then yeah.
Sail.
Might be a sail actually.
Flappy bit. No.
Sail. I like sail.
Sail. Yeah.
Come on,
sail. All right. Look both ways.
Don't be trying to get my King of the Mountain down here, all right? You're too late anyway. It's time to start. Segment started.
No.
I'd say I only really thoroughly enjoyed playing football from 30 onwards.
Right, okay.
Which is a bit of a shame, really, because if you think, I started playing football at 18 years old, and yeah, I had a good time, but I never really got to enjoy the Saturday afternoon.
Right.
You know, the Saturday afternoon where you get that adrenaline buzz, and that's when you should be enjoying it, because that's what you've worked all your life for. was that Saturday afternoon. And so it wasn't until I got into my 30s when you're a bit more settled, you're a bit wiser, I've got kids, I've got a family, that you just kind of start to think, do you know what? Football isn't the most important thing in the world.
It's funny that, isn't it? Like, as a kid, and I'm one of millions of kids, I guess, in this country and all over, because football's, let's be honest, it's the biggest sport in the world, isn't it? It's the biggest sport in the world. I love football. I'm not quite as connected with it as I used to be because I'm immersed in cycling, but the other day I was at a barbecue and they had a little football net up and a ball, and I was there for about an hour just play. I absolutely love it. But so I wanted to be a pro footballer. That never happened. But you end up as a pro footballer, and then the irony is that you can't enjoy that first experience because of the immense amount of pressure that you're under. And then it's only later that you can then turn it round. And I'd imagine when you're in your 30s or more experienced, you can start to feed off the pressure and use that as a fuel, like feed off the
adrenaline.
Feed off the away fans or whatever, and then like hone that rather than be crushed by it. Actually use it as some sort of weird fuel.
Yeah, that's right, mate. If you can learn to do that, then you've smashed it. Honestly, if you can learn to do it. Play a Saturday afternoon game, knowing there's 60,000 people in the stadium. It could be live on Sky Sports on a Sunday. There could be worldwide. There could be
a lot of eyeballs.
Yeah, honestly, on a big Sunday afternoon game, there's just under 1 billion people watching worldwide.
It's insane,
it's that big.
It's insane, isn't it?
So if you can learn to sort of really embrace that and like use it, oh my gosh, you've smashed it. Like that's the best place to be.
And taking that a step further, I know we talked about this a little bit at the bike show a couple of weeks back, but as I know your Watford days are behind you, you're coming to the end of the Watford days now, the season's over, and we don't know exactly what the future holds, although we'll talk a little bit about that later on, is that you really took on board that elder statesman and that experience in relation to helping the lads on the team cope with what was a difficult season for Watford. And although that must have been tough to ultimately see Watford get relegated, but did you find it also rewarding as well to that kind of, almost like a fatherly, avuncular kind of looking after the youngsters who are relatively new to the game?
Yeah, because I think when you're winning, when teams are winning, it's very easy for everybody to be happy and very easy to want to train and to want to play on a Saturday afternoon.
It's infectious, isn't it?
Exactly that, it's infectious. It's when the chips are down and it's when you're losing and when you're getting slated week in, week out.
Yeah.
That's when you start to see players' heads drop and confidence drop and morale low, and then people sort of almost being happy to be injured. And you see it.
Right. I do get that, I understand that.
It really affects people so much.
Yeah.
And so, like I say, it is the elder players' jobs. And it's not just myself. There's probably half a dozen players in the team who are a bit older, in their 30s, who are much better equipped to be able to help everybody out.
Yeah.
And that's just something that just comes naturally. And you try and give everything you've got, not only on the pitch on the Saturday, you do it for everybody else as well. And it's a nice, I'm sure you do the same sort of thing though. Yeah, nice little downhill coming now.
Do you know what? I think I've raced on this.
Yeah.
I've raced down here.
Yeah.
I've definitely raced down here.
It's called Mortenberg.
Shall we give it a nudge?
Right, little sprint, yeah. Come on, sprint it.
Sprint down here.
Go!
Take back what you wanted to say. You know it wouldn't matter anyway. Oh
no. Went a bit deep there, mate.
My heart rate was nearly max then. Right, we've got the coffee shop. It's just up there on the right-hand side.
For that, we can check out the power file.
Yeah, boom. Hey, honestly, my heart rate was nearly max then.
That was big. Yeah, that was good. Summer's day, shorts on a tasty bike that's built for speed.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
Giving it a nudge.
Yeah. Here we go, the garden shed.
Garden shed.
Come on then.
Wow, grabbing some coffee.
Oh yeah.
It's very well appointed, isn't it?
Beautiful.
It's lovely. These are real flowers, aren't they?
Yeah.
Have you ever had a mullet?
Never. Ever.
What's the worst haircut you've ever had, Ben?
Lockdown haircut.
Do
you remember lockdown when everyone was doing hair? Did you ever do yours in lockdown?
My hair was awful.
And you love your hair as well.
I love it. I'm fond of it. We get on. We
Take care of it, don't you? You take care of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, lockdown. I think I zimmed it off once.
You just completely shaved it.
Yeah, we tried. Well, I bought a proper clipper set and stuff, and we tried to do it properly, and then we just cocked up. So I decided to just get rid.
So you were bald. Just like, or was it like number one?
Number two all over. Yeah. It's horrible.
What did the wife and kids think?
Nah, I didn't like it.
Were they all a little bit frightened of you?
I've got a big head as well.
You got a big?
Yeah, really big head. Like, if I didn't have facial hair or actual hair, like, I'm a mess, honestly. I'm a mess.
Because you've got a big body, I'd not be funny with you. I mean, I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I think your head's in reasonable proportion to the rest of your body.
That's what people have always said, you've got a massive head. And I'm thinking, no, I'm just big, so I've got to have a big head. It's the way it goes, isn't it?
Because your face is in proportion with your head as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Some people have big heads and their face is disproportionately small.
I've been arguing this all my life, man. All my life. Do you want to talk about the stats from the
of course we do. Sorry, from big heads to big watts.
Big wattage.
Because we did put in, well, not me, collectively, when you combine the two powers, it would have been a lot, wouldn't it? It's all about combining powers when you're
right. So max watts, 1272.
Was that when you dropped me?
That was when I dropped you.
Yeah, that's when I couldn't keep up briefly. Yeah. So Ben, before we talk about other stuff, I want to know: have you always taken pudding to your hotel rooms and had it whilst Netflixing and chilling? And
that's the done thing. Everybody does.
So because I couldn't believe, I've never seen a grown man on a video with a pudding in his bed filming it, and I was just like, my mind was blown. I thought, is this
a genuine thing?
Yeah. So you have your dinner with the team, and then you take your pudding to bed in a bowl.
Everybody does it though. It's like everybody, literally every player does it.
Is it a football thing?
Yeah, it's got to be a football thing because the thing is, you would have your pudding at dinner, wouldn't you? If you wanted pudding, if you're a pudding person.
Yeah, normally,
and then that's enough. You'll go to bed and you're happy for the night. But we had dinner at 7 o'clock, and then by the time we get back into our room, it's probably 8 o'clock-ish maybe. And when you're watching a film, you know you'll get peckish. So you may as well just take something back to the room and eat it when you get peckish later.
So you take it up, leave it on the side.
Leave it on the side,
I mean, you're happy at room temperature.
Exactly, yeah. Let it settle for a little bit, and I know I'll always eat it later. And even in the morning sometimes, if there's a bit left over, not the end of the world.
You have pudding in the morning?
Wow, just like the fruity
This is just another level.
It's just like that little extra peek behind the curtain nobody ever gets to see. Yeah. I think we've got some sandwiches here and that you lot.
So that was a good...
Thank you.
Good little segue, actually.
You were awesome then. You stood and waited as well. What a legend. Thank you.
The old pine nuts on there. Quite nice.
I like it. It's little texture, gives it that little crunch, doesn't it? Beautiful.
Yeah. Tell you what I'm a big fan of in stir fries.
Yeah.
Cashews.
Yeah, I like them.
They're just cheeky,
They're a big old crunch and
they're quite exciting. You don't need many because you just
they're big old things, cashews are.
Yeah.
A lot of calories in cashew nuts.
Yeah, they're super. Have you ever set fire to a cashew?
No.
Yeah, they burn for ages.
Hey.
So, we did them, it was in science at school in the 80s. We were setting fire to peanuts to see how long they burnt for.
And cashew was the most? No, it would be a Brazil nut. Because aren't they like the densest or the most oil or something?
I don't know if we did Brazil.
Macadamia nuts?
I can't remember. We did peanuts.
I'm sure macadamia nuts are the most calorific.
Maybe we could do them back at yours later.
Search it. Did you ever find out what the things on a windmill were called?
I'm looking to the crew.
Don't look at the crew. The crew aren't there.
Oh, no. I wonder if there's anybody that can tell us.
I can tell you that you can definitely set fire to a Brazil nut.
Oh, thanks very much, mate.
Hold you.
Do you work in the nut industry? No.
Only obliquely.
Oh, obliquely, yeah. That's fair. Thank you. Oh, do you happen to know, windmills? Yeah. Do you happen to know what the windmill part is called? The actual, are they sails? Sails, definitely. You happy with that? Go, sails. Yeah, okay. No, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the nut input. Tell you what I'd like to know, actually. We're going to sort of sidestep food, because we've just been talking about food for the last 40 minutes.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Alex Ferguson?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You look absolutely terrified now. What was you like?
My shoulders just dropped. Have I got up? No, he was proper sound.
He was scouted because he saw you. Was he watching his son play?
Yeah, I was at Wrexham. So,
by the way, I trained the fruit and veg people at Marks and Spencer in Wrexham how to put on sale loose veg in the mid-90s.
What, like to display it?
So I used to go to Wrexham and train them up.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah,
How did you get here from that?
you can have that for free.
That's incredible.
Sorry, back to Alex.
Okay, yeah, yeah. He was cool. He was honestly, he was wicked actually. Like on a day-to-day basis, he was really, really good, really, really cool. As you got closer to the game, you noticed his sort of demeanour would change a bit, kind of thing. He would get a bit more zoned in and a bit more like, right, the game's here. Stop messing about. Get ready for the game. And then when it was match day, he was on it. Like he was on it.
Because he's an absolute. He's an icon of the sport, a legend of the sport. You hear all sorts of stories, but his success rate just speaks volumes. But when you first got approached by him, how did that actually happen? Because I'm intrigued at how that, because football is a world I love. Like I said to you before, I'm not as immersed in it as I was as a kid, but everything was football when I was really young. So I'm just fascinated. How did he call you up? Was it an agent? How did it work?
No, well, I was on loan at Wrexham, and his son Darren Ferguson actually played for Wrexham at the time. Yeah. And we got through to it's called like the lower league trophy kind of thing. It used to be called the Aldi V Vans Trophy.
Okay.
And we got through to the final, and it was played at the Millennium Stadium because it was back when Wembley was actually just being built.
Yeah.
So we were playing at the Millennium Stadium. We were kind of halfway through the game. And I was having a decent game. We were drawing 0-0. We ended up winning the game 2-0 or something in extra time. But during the game, I remember seeing on the big screen a picture of Sir Alex Ferguson there watching his son, sort of proud as punch kind of thing. And I just remember looking up thinking, well, that's pretty cool. Sir Alex Ferguson's here watching. And then anyway, did really well in the game. We won it. A few games later, kept doing really well for the team. And then one day, Darren, his son, actually sort of pulled me aside after training. He said, what's happening with you next season? Because I was only on loan from Stoke City. I was 19, 20, 21 or something like that. Not really, I hadn't done anything in my career.
Yeah.
And he said, well, listen, just sort of stay sort of like calm and just keep doing what you're doing. But my dad's going to start watching you. You know, he's going to start sending a scout to come watch, the goalie coach, Tony Coton. So just keep doing what you're doing, like. And I'm thinking, yeah, that's easier said than done. Like, brilliant, yeah, cheers.
So look, those words, wise as they were, you wouldn't have been calm at all, would you?
God,
for the rest you were like completely just aware that Ferguson's kind of like the eye of Ferguson, like the Ferguson eye of Sauron was kind of.
It's not even that, like every move. So like even in the games, you're thinking, should I be shouting at my Tavendavir? Will he like it if I shout? Like, does he want me to do that? Do you know, everything.
You'd be second guessing yourself, wouldn't you?
Everything second guessing, but thankfully, sort of held it together enough to the point where we got to the end of the season, and there were rumblings that they were interested in going to make a bid and all that kind of stuff. And then start of next season, reported back at Stoke City for pre-season training. I only had a year left on my contract, and then that was it. I remember the chairman basically pulling me up at Stoke and saying, "Listen, Man United have made a bid." Blah blah blah. Basically, and I was like, "Wow, incredible!" And then once they've accepted the bid, you are then free to go and have a medical, and go basically to Man United, go to Carrington, which is the training ground. And I remember I went to have my medical. Medical was fine, and the day that I went to actually sign, you turn up at Carrington. Me and my agent at the time, we went to Carrington. It was a Sunday morning, right? And it was start of pre-season training, and everybody had a day off, right? Everybody.
Right.
So the whole place was empty. But Sir Alex Ferguson still turned up on the Sunday morning. Bear in mind, I was less than nobody. Right? They assigned me for less than £1 million. Like, I was never going to play. I was nowhere near going to be near the first team. They were just signing me for a longer term thing.
Yeah, sure.
But he still turned up. He was there on a Sunday morning. It was like 8:30, 9 o'clock or something.
Says a lot about it. Just to welcome you. That says a lot about the man, doesn't it?
But that was the beauty of Sir Alex Ferguson. He ran the whole shit that was Man United. And can you imagine
every detail?
And can you imagine how big of a shit Man United is as well? Like, you have got everything going off everywhere, but he knew everything. So.
What was it like to walk out at Old Trafford for your first team, your first appearance for the first team back in the day? I know you were on loan a lot, but you did make appearances for the...
My debut was at home at Old Trafford for Man United. Actually, I played at Old Trafford before that, in the season before, when I was on loan at Watford. I played for England. I made my England debut at Old Trafford.
Right.
Against Spain.
Bloody hell, that
was pretty cool. So I made my England debut at Old Trafford against Spain. We lost 1-0, but it was Iniesta scored this beautiful goal, like 25 yards out, top corner.
Did you still reach out for
like you wouldn't believe.
Did you get a finger to it?
No, nowhere near it. And I knew I was going to get nowhere near it, but I don't care. I did it for the cameras, yeah.
turned in well via. Oh, and Silva didn't get his head to that. Iniesta might fire one, and he has. And Spain take the lead. It's his first goal for his country.
There's nothing the goalkeeper can do about that.
So yeah, that was actually the first time I played at Old Trafford. But then, start of the next season, Edwin van der Sar actually broke his hand in a pre-season friendly, maybe a week or two before the season started. So I was like, whoa, I'm going to start here, and that was a big old deal. Do you know what I mean? The first game we played, it was against Birmingham. We were at home to Birmingham. Joe Hart was actually in goal for Birmingham City. That was his season where he went out on loan there. We won 1-0, kept a clean sheet, did really well, made a couple really good saves. So I played that game. I remember playing that game and thinking, this is a doddle, this is, like, you know what I mean? But it didn't work out that way. Because like I said to you earlier, like, when I was at Man United, I just wasn't ready for it. I didn't understand, like, the gravity of Man United as a whole. They're just such a big, massive organisation, and no matter what you did, everything was being scrutinised, being watched, sort of every little thing to the minutest detail.
And I would imagine, when I've never played in goal for Manchester United, as you know, the nervousness when the whistle blows and you start a match as a player, having played, you know, you're running around and it's like a bike race. You're constantly moving, but as a goalie, the game I would imagine is stopping and starting, and these moments of pressure and the moments of release and stuff. Yeah. So your pressure and your sets of nerves must ebb and flow, completely different to an outfield player.
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, it's a massive thing with goalkeeping, because you get goalkeepers who I'm a prime example of a goalie who has always liked to be busy.
Yeah.
So in the Premier League, in the history of the Premier League, I've made the most saves in Premier League history. Okay, but it's because I've always played for a team who have been sort of like a middling, sort of, you know what I mean, bottom half table Premier League team, where I know I'm making 4, 5, 6, 7 saves every single game. And I'd say, especially...
Yeah, you had a really good run with West Brom, didn't you?
Yeah, exactly that. So every game I knew I'd be busy, and I wouldn't have to really think too much, because I was just busy. Yeah. So once you make a save, it sets you up for the game.
So you're in the zone, you're flowing.
You're in the zone, you're good to go, yeah. But I'd say when I was, like say, earlier in my career, when I was at Man United, for example, I knew we're better than that team. We were better than whoever we were playing. We had Cristiano Ronaldo on our team. We had Paul Scholes, we had Ryan Giggs, we had Wayne Rooney, Rio Ferdinand. You name it, we had the bad boys. So I knew I wouldn't have too much to do. But that's when you get sort of like idle, and then you start thinking of stuff, and then you're thinking, don't cock up, don't make a mistake, just don't make a mistake. And that's all you think. And then that's when the ball comes, you're thinking too much, and it's not autopilot. So that's what I mean. That is a classic example of some goalkeepers just like to be busy and like just knowing that they're going to have something to do that game. And that's a massive mental skill. It is. It's a massive mental skill.
Do you know, this is a mini quiz, do you know Watford Football Club's the first name of the team?
What?
Do you know what the name of the team before they were called Watford Football Club?
Do you know it?
Yeah.
Hold on, wait there.
I couldn't believe it when I read it. Well, I could, but it was a big surprise. They went through about 8 name changes before they settled on Watford.
The very first one?
Yeah.
Is it something to do with the badge?
No.
Go on.
It's Watford Rovers.
Is it?
Watford, the 1850, it's quite late, 1860s, something, 1870s. Super old. They were, for the best part of 20 years, they were called Watford Rovers.
Did not know that.
Yeah, and then they played in Castleberry Park before the White Hart Lane and stuff. They moved around, and then played in lower leagues for years, and then they eventually, I think it was the early part of the 1900s was when they were first called Watford Football Club.
Didn't know that.
Just down the road from where I went to school.
Oh, was it? Where were you from then?
So I'm from North London.
Yeah.
And then my family moved to Bushey.
Yeah, Bushey,
and I went to school on the border of Bushey and Watford.
Cool, it's a rich area, Bushey is. You got some money, you have. Yeah, Mum and Dad are cake, didn't they?
You want to shoehorn that in there. So, no, it was a police house. My dad was a police officer.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So
it's nice to have like a local team who are not necessarily the biggest or best. You know what I mean? Somebody that you can happily go back and watch and get tickets to and all that.
It was easy to get to go. I kept a lot of programmes and stuff back in the day, but and I obviously wanted to be a professional footballer.
What was it that made you not be a professional footballer?
I just wasn't really good at football. I think when you really drill down, but I used to love it. No, apparently my dad used to come and watch the matches when I did play for the school team, and he said I was lazy.
Oh no!
He said you might as well just light up a cigarette and have a smoke.
That's one of the worst things you could say.
He said, this is not a word of lie. Why don't you just light one up? And I'm 12 years of age.
I
love my dad.
Even if he shouted, "You're shit" or "You're rubbish" or something, you could take that. But not lazy.
At a match, the language at some football matches, doesn't it? A bit fruity. But at a school game, and my dad used to play for the Met Police as well. So I used to play in the morning for the school, then go and watch the Met Police play. And the language, oh my God, at the school game, worse than the police game. Honestly, unbelievable.
For a bunch of 12-year-olds.
Scarred. Yeah, but great days.
Did you get any language like that at bike racing?
It's not, bike racing isn't really, the fans at bike races they're not really particularly sweary. I've never heard anybody abuse anybody.
Never. It looks like an incredible atmosphere.
And there's nobody going, "Oi, commissaire, you beep beep" to the commissaire.
That.
But in a game, I mean, at a school game, people are abusing the ref, and it's just the geography teacher.
Oh.
Where's next? Where are we heading? Where
right, not in life, like.
No, I mean, in life, maybe. I mean, we'll talk about that in a minute, but literally, where are you taking me?
Okay, so we are heading to. It was my first kind of taste of proper football. So when I was younger, I used to play for a local team called Central Ajax.
Okay.
Obviously just Sunday league kind of thing. Lovely football club, they're really, really nice. But just down the road from there, literally just down the road, was a semi-professional team called Racing Club Warwick.
Yep.
So I signed for Racing Club Warwick aged, I think I was 17, and I was just playing in the youth team. And this is the start of my football journey, really. And it's it's one of these stories where it's a real thing for people who might not have ever been in an academy, might not have ever sort of really thought about football as an actual profession. And I was in the same boat. I was working as a chef, left school, was working as a chef for like 2 years. But on the side, I was playing for this local non-league team called Racing Club Warwick and playing for the youth team. But then the first team goalkeeper got injured. It was about 20-odd games to go for the rest of the season. So I got called up into the first team, went and played, and actually did okay, to be fair.
Right.
And one night, a scout from Stoke City had stopped in to watch this game, and I was playing in it. Again, did really well. And it just went from there. He kept watching me. I did really well. Ended up signing for Stoke City. So I owe a lot to Racing Club Warwick because they were like the springboard, basically. Central Ajax, they were the youngest. They were the Sunday League team, and I'll always be indebted to them.
Let's go.
Yeah, love it. Let's go.
There we go. I've got bits of cake in my groin.
Right, we've got 15k to go, mate.
15k,
Max, all right?
okay, all right.
This is Shootout Park in front of us, by the way.
Very
Lovely,
nice.
this.
A National Trust?
Yeah.
You a member?
Yeah.
Same here, mate.
Yeah,
high
really
five.
nice. Yeah.
Good lad.
Lovely, isn't it?
National Trust, high five.
Yeah.
So I don't know how easy it is to describe, Ben, but what's it like to be in the best shape and form? How do you describe it? Because you can be, I'd imagine, physically in great shape as a goalkeeper, but things aren't putting together in terms of the game or luck or whatever, or the team performance. But when you hit a sweet spot, when everything's working right, what's it like? Can you describe to him what it's like to be on form as a keeper?
Yeah, it's nice. It's mad though, like it is completely different to you. And I've got a question for you in a minute, right?
Yeah.
For a goalkeeper, it's like, for me, it's all in your head. It literally is all in your head.
Right.
Like, everybody's fit, everybody knows how to keep themselves in good condition.
Yeah.
Your training in the week just takes care of itself. But it's all in your head where you just go into the game going, I just feel invincible at the minute. I just feel good as gold.
Yeah.
And then you might make an early save in the game, and that's it. It just sets you off, and you know that you want to come for balls, you want to be proactive, you want to go and get stuff, you want to help your teammates out. And I think that's the difference where in a team sport, especially like being a goalkeeper, I know it's a bit of an individual thing, but it's still, you're in a team and you just think, yeah, I'm going to help my team out today. But so this is my question for you, right? So yours is literally fitness-based, isn't it? It's numbers-based, yeah? You know how and when you're fit, right? When you won the World Championships...
The Nationals.
Sorry, the Nationals.
I would have loved to have won the World.
Damn right.
That's always a dream.
You take the Nationals.
Yeah,
but
I'll take the Nationals anyway, yeah.
So when you won the Nationals, right, were you in the fittest shape of your life?
I don't know. Do you know, I was in really good shape. I was in really, really good shape, I know that. Going into the race, I just finished third in the Isle of Man International, the big 3-lap thing around the Isle of Man. But I noticed I wasn't climbing as well. But what I did notice was on the drags and on the flat, I was flying. And I'd done a lot of specific work on the turbo at home, but the course itself didn't really suit my attributes. It was quite a quick, rolling course.
Yeah.
And we were focused on Chris Lillywhite winning the winner of milk race, a good mate of mine. And because he's a good sprinter.
Oh, so you were basically helping him get to the end,
so
and then he could hopefully try and do it,
Yeah, so the team was like looking after Chris, trying to get him in a good position. And that's hard in the Nationals because it's such a chaotic race. And also, it's a bit longer than all the other races.
Yeah.
So it's nudging 200K.
Whoa.
So I dropped back, 15 mile to go, said to Chris, it's looking good. I said, how you feeling? He said, I'm feeling good. I said, I'm feeling good. How about I clip off? They'll make him chase. I reckon I can hold him off for 5 or 6 miles. And so I attacked from the back, chipped off, never got more than 25 seconds and held him off all the way to the line.
Oh.
So Ben, we're recording this, what are we, June the 15th?
Yep.
Something like that, I think. Football season's well and truly ended, doesn't start for another couple of months. We know that you've finished with Watford now.
Yep.
Okay. What lies ahead from a footballing perspective for you? Do you know the score yet, mate?
No. And
Okay.
do you know what? I've never been in this position before either.
Right.
So, like I said, I've had a 20-year football career.
Yeah.
Where I've always been under contract. Always. I've always had at least one more year, at least. So to be in this position, like completely new.
Right.
Completely new. And I think obviously if I was younger in my career, like mid-20s, it would be proper worrying and daunting.
Yeah.
But the fact that I've already had my career, basically, it's a little bit exciting, to be perfectly honest with you, because I'm getting, obviously, you get a few offers. I'm a free agent now, so you can sort of sign for anybody. So yeah, I've had a few sort of weird and wonderful offers. Like in England, I've had some abroad. Like teams in the MLS, that kind of stuff. Yeah. And it's proper cool to sort of sit back and go, oh, well, you know what I mean? What do we fancy? What do I want to do? To be honest with you, I was in LA yesterday. Like, I got back last night.
Mate, thank you for being in such good form for this.
Oh, God. That's why I'm glad we're not absolutely smashing it today. Because
no,
it was a heavy few weeks anyway. Yeah. But so I got back from LA yesterday. And I've just enjoyed the last 2 or 3 weeks of just having a holiday and switching off and having a nice time, not doing any kind of media work, nothing. And now, like I say, got back yesterday, doing this today. I'll just start thinking about it in the next few weeks. But even then, I'm having such a nice time anyway. The sun's shining again, I get to go out on my bike. Yeah. And even if I don't carry on playing football, I know for a fact that the media side of it, I can dip my toe into that massively. You know, I already do podcasts and all that kind of stuff.
And your GK stuff's just like taken off enormously, mate. That's got massive, isn't it?
It's really, really
over 1.1 million subscribers now, mate. Isn't it?
I think the beauty of when you've got your own platform, you know, you can really start to just do it on your terms and do what you want to do when you want to do it. Yeah. So yeah, I've been very lucky in the fact that I've got that set up, and that's always an option for me. Yeah.
So is part of you, I know you said you got offers, and that was interesting you said if it's not going to be football. So ultimately, if the offer isn't the right one, you're more than happy to say, do you know what, I've had an amazing career. Yeah. Your last season was in the Premiership, for crying out loud. Yeah. Are you kind of 50-50 now? Will it just depend on what's offered? You're in a place where you can make that decision. You're not pressured into making a decision.
Yeah, I think that's the beauty of it. And that's, like I say, I'm very lucky I've had the career I've had where I am in that position now. Yeah. Like I say, if it was early in your career, you'd be panicking. You'd be panicking. But I know that, don't get me wrong, I love football. I do. I absolutely love it. And it's been brilliant for me for 20 years. But I also love the other side of it. I do. I love like the media. Like, we're doing this today, and I'm buzzing off the guy who's recording us right now, like his rig.
It's cool, isn't it?
Look how good his rig is.
I must admit, it's quite cool, actually. Yeah. Fair play to you, and he looks like a weird helicopter pilot, doesn't he?
He does. There's something awkward about it. He's like got this weird, awkward, but charming at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
you'd trust him, wouldn't you?
I don't know. I
maybe
don't know
not,
about that.
Maybe not. Maybe not with too much.
He ate the corner of a pig's ear earlier on today.
Yeah, I know. He is a nice lad, though.
He is a nice lad.
But
all that kind of like little production stuff that you do. Like, I love it. I love to see all that kind of behind the scenes stuff because I've started to learn it for myself by doing cycling GK videos, by doing the podcasts.
Yeah.
I love to see how it works behind the scenes. So if it did come to a place where nothing really enticed me to go back to football, then I would just love to dive into that world and crack on with that.
The streets feel alive. We're mixed with light.
Scumbags!
Don't stand up now. And life shines back.
Oh, that's nice.
Going past such a blast on a train, on a boat, on a plane.
Bloody hell, mate.
Feel the rush again. And it's never coming down. We're invincible.
There was just no need, was there?
No. You started it.
Don't lie, how good are you at football?
I was a regular B team at Bushy Hall School representative in the early 80s, mate. So, you know, I played with some of the most mediocre players of all time. That might be a bit unfair. Some of them might have gone to big things, but I don't think anybody did.
And we've been out on the bike for 2 hours.
We've been out on the bike for 2 hours. We've put in some big numbers.
Exactly.
Let's just have a bit of fun.
That's it.
But I warn you. I mean, you don't get your hopes up.
I don't, mate.
I think it'll make you smile.
Yeah. I love this.
That's
I
why.
just want to see the technique. I want to see you run round the ball.
The technique. I don't know. Now you got me worrying. I didn't realise there was a technique to kicking.
We're just having a nice
I
time.
just thought he just kicks it.
Here we go.
Now he tells me there's a technique to football. Bloody hell.
Well, only you'd have known all those years ago.
Oh, Himalaya, what would you say? I couldn't believe.
Hey, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Tell you what, when you breathe in the air of a proper football location.
That's AstroTurf. That's like plastic. Beautiful, though, isn't it?
Do you know what? I'm getting a bit emotional.
Nice,
I can feel it. So these bikes are going to be watching us play football.
Judging us.
Yeah. Probably cheering.
Yeah.
I'm probably crying slightly out of emotion.
Pity.
Yeah.
Embarrassment.
Yeah. Yes. I didn't want to say that, but yeah. Right then.
Come on, we're going to get changed.
Yeah.
We're going to do that fancy, like, internet transition thing where you jump and, like...
Because I've seen you're really good at that, aren't you?
Yeah. You ready?
I've done it once. Just count,
No, I'll show you. I'll show you.
All right.
You copy me, yeah?
All right,
so
go
I'll
on.
show you and then you
Go
do
on
what I do.
then. Go on then.
Ready?
Oh. That is nuts. Look at that.
How nice is this?
That's amazing.
So these are my actual proper gloves, yeah?
Oh my God, they smell amazing as well, don't they? Oh, can I have another sniff? Oh, that's really weird.
New
but
latex,
really quite,
incredible.
it's so nice.
Right, so anyway, this shirt, right?
Yeah.
This is my favourite goalkeeper shirt of all time. This is Man United retro Peter Schmeichel. It is beautiful, isn't it?
That's something to behold, that is.
I know, right? So,
Look at that little collar, the detail and everything's lovely.
give yourself a little jump,
All right,
right?
okay,
Get
so-
yourself changed. You ready?
Right, okay, so let's go. 3, 2, 1. No,
Let's
leave
just
it.
go get changed, yeah?
Let's go and get changed.
Come on, let's just go get changed.
All right.
Right, come on then, mate. So, you know I've got my favourite goalie top on, right?
Oh, yeah.
We've got a little surprise for you in here, okay?
Have you really?
Yeah. So, wait.
All right, okay, all right.
So we've got a little surprise, right? We've got a shirt in here from your era, yeah?
Yeah.
The last time you played football,
Yeah.
this shirt was like all the rage, all the pomp, yeah?
Okay, yeah.
Have a little look at this bad boy, come on. Right door. There we go.
What? What on earth?
Do you know what football team that is?
Norwich. Is it Norwich?
That's Newton Heath, yeah? That's what Man United used to be called, like hundreds of years ago, right?
Mate, that's like almost like medieval.
Pick it up and look at the shorts. Have a little look at the shorts.
I thought I was going to get like 80, not 1880s.
I cannot wait to see you in this.
Flipping
And you've got the boots. Have a look at them boots. They're old school as you like as well. White laces. Sorry, mate. It was he was doing his moustache. The moustache works, doesn't it?
So what should we do then?
Okay, so we've been out on the bike.
Yep.
That's your forte here. You used to be good on the bike, didn't you?
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, it's true. That's factually
It's true. It is true, it's true. And so we're at the football pitch now. So should we do 5 penalties each?
Yep, okay.
You can go first. I'll go and goal. 5 penalties.
All right, okay.
And we'll just see how we get on, yeah?
All right, it's just a bit of fun.
Yeah,
it's not competitive in any way.
Like I said, though, just pick a corner, commit to it and boom, yeah?
Okay, commit to... Yeah, okay. Cheers, mate. All the best as well.
You're not nervous.
Poo before I take one.
You're not nervous. I can't have that you're nervous.
I think we're just both competitive, aren't we? It's weird, isn't it?
I honestly think you're going to score quite a few goals.
Oh, no,
5 penalties, I reckon you'll score 3 goals.
I don't... Yeah, that wasn't great, was it? One though, it's early days.
Come on then. Oh, he's good. He's really good.
You went the right way though, mate. You went the right way.
He's still not saving it though. I went the right way and I still didn't save it. Beautiful.
Spicy.
Come on then. 1 out of 2.
I tried to go the other way.
It weren't a million miles away.
No, it was it just skimmed the bar.
Yeah. Oh, it's not bad though. It's not bad. 1 out of 4. Come on, let's finish with a goal. Finish with a goal. Come on, Matt Stevens, 90th minute, Newton Heath. Come on, here we go. Oh, shit! I hit the flag! Yes! Did that give up your ankle?
I know!
I knocked the flag over
I
as
know!
well.
Oh, mate. I got 1 goal. Cheers. Thanks for...
We actually joked about this flag being in shot, and you said it's probably just wide enough for me to hit it as well, actually.
Right, Ben.
Right, you want these, yeah?
Can I borrow your goals?
So you scored 1, all right?
Yeah, so...
It was a good goal, though.
No, I was happy with that, but no,
goal.
thanks. But it's consistency, isn't it? Yeah. Under pressure.
Just
put these on.
Yeah, you did well, mate. You did
no,
well,
no,
right?
like I say, it's a big goal as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a big goal, mate. I know.
Full size.
Have a look at it. Just look at it. Right. I don't know what to do here now because I don't want to blast it. I don't want to kill you.
Don't just... I once played a match where I was in defence, playing left back, and the ball hit me full in the face.
Horrible,
and I ran around for 45 minutes unconscious.
Right, we ready, yeah? Right, come on then.
Oh! It's a good shot, though, mate.
It was a good shot, yeah.
It's a bloody good shot.
Right, come on then.
That's quite a good little goalie roll, wasn't it, that was?
Yeah, lovely.
I went the right way, though, didn't I?
It was a good dive, mate. It was a good dive.
Oh, Christ, that hurt. Come on, you have to leap around, don't you, as a goalie?
Right, come on. You got this one, all right? Yes, he did!
Did I save it?
Yes! What a save! What a save! You just said, did I save
I
that?
thought I didn't know whether it went in.
That was world class, by the way.
Thanks, mate.
Ready? Yes, here we go. It's sudden death. I need to score the last one.
Everything's aching now. I've lost the feeling in my left hand.
Right, come on in. Ready?
Yeah.
You can't laugh like that.
Do I look like...
Oh, you look proper, mate.
Yeah.
You look proper. See? It's a draw.
Oh, that'll do, won't it?
Everyone's a winner. It's horrible being a goalie, isn't it?
It's quite a lot of stress. And when you throw yourself onto the ground...
Hey, they think in the game as well when they're levering it. Double hard, treble hard.
You can hear it going past like a leather missile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The gloves are right, though, yeah.
Yeah, they were really lovely actually. They're quite nice because they were like pre-moistened by your sweat, which is quite a nice touch.
Yeah.
You know? Should we go and sit in the stands and ruminate over the future?
Yeah, come on.
But thanks for such a wonderful day, mate. I've really enjoyed it. I'm very, very sweaty. And I do like the fact there's a century between us right now.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? Yeah, but nothing between us on the pitch.
No, it was close, wasn't it?
It was very close.
No, it's quite happy.
Couldn't be separated.
No, it's quite happy. Thanks for the tips as well. I will take them through to the next part of my career. But talking about careers, we're not too sure about your footballing side of things just yet. That's, you know, we're not too sure. But what else are you looking forward to doing in the future?
You've
got a lot of ideas, and obviously the channel's going really well. But where do you see yourself?
I think the starting a YouTube channel. If you'd have said to me a couple of years ago that you'd start a YouTube channel, you'd start a podcast, I'd have been like, no chance, absolutely no chance. But since doing it, like I say, we've only been going 18 months. You know, the Cycling GK, the Fozcast, it's just gone so well. And not only has it gone so well, we've just enjoyed doing it as well. Yeah. And I think that for me is probably the most important part. We've got Tom who does a podcast with me. We've got Frank the editor, young Jamie who does like socials and bits and bobs. And we just have a nice time. You know what I mean? We work hard. We do stuff properly. We try and have a laugh with it. And as long as we keep doing that and having a nice time, that's exactly what I want to keep doing. So yeah, if I don't carry on playing football, I know for a fact I'll dive head first into all that media side of it. I really have enjoyed it.
And a lot more cycling, I believe, as well. So that's what I know you want to.
Yeah.
A little bit further afield, a little bit of adventure stuff, some roads that you've never been on before.
There you go. So this is something that's going to be massive. Like I've never. So even like the Grand Tours, anything like that, I've never ever been able to go and like even watch a stage of the Grand Tour.
You'll love it.
You know, all like the riding the day before, all that kind of stuff. Never been able to do it because the Tour de France is always starting when it's like time for a return to pre-season training. All the other tours are when the season's going on. That's the kind of stuff that I want to go and do. You know, I want to go and do a load of charity stuff. I'm a patron for Cure Leukemia. We have access to be able to do that kind of stuff anyway. So that's a given. But then all the other stuff as well, all the the famous climbs, all the mountains. You know, like you say there, the like the bike packing. That just sounds incredible to me. Getting a tent attached to my bag. Getting all your essentials and just sort of roughing it for 2-3 days and having a lovely time, that would be about it.
Well, I tell you what, one thing I do know is that your boundless enthusiasm and just joy of just life, footballing, cycling, will take you a long way. I know it, I can feel it. And thanks again for such a blast. I've had this is a bit weird, but I kind of like it and I wouldn't mind keeping it.
It's not bad,
mate. I know,
it fits you really well.
I just want to kick about in the park and just, but in like sepia. But no, thanks for making me feel so welcome. It's been a corking day, and hopefully we'll catch up soon, mate. See you soon.
No, thanks for having me. That
Cheers,
was
mate.
Absolutely. You went for a fist.
I did. It's awkward, wasn't it? You don't know what to...
I went straight in like that as well.
So what should we do? So again, here's the future.
Thanks for having me.
Foster, cheers. I'm telling you how it works.
Think about that, honestly. Can we put it in the video?
Don't fall for the lead, it's crazy to skim.
He did it. It's like practice.
Sexy as I once was. Don't care.
Matt Stevens, crossbar challenge.
No, I'm just losing a bit more weight. I'm losing a bit more weight. No, I've not done that for a long time. And also, there was a headwind.